The Arizona Cardinals host the Detroit Lions on Sunday. Detroit is installed as a 1-point favorite on BETDAQ, 48 the total in this game. The Cardinals lost last week in the first game of the Bruce Arians era. There are a lot of positives they can take out of that game. I think they have an excellent chance of getting Arians his first win as Cardinals coach here on Sunday against the Lions. Arians is an offensive guy. Spent most of his career in the NFL as an offensive coordinator. His offense features a lot of downfield passing. He needs a quarterback that can stand tall in the pocket, deliver the ball downfield accurately, and I think he found that guy in Carson Palmer. We thought prior to this season, as you know if you saw any of the preview stuff we did for the Arizona Cardinals, thought that the Carson Palmer, Bruce Arians pairing might work out pretty well, and if week 1 is any indication, it is going to work out well. Palmer throwing for 327 yards and 2 touchdowns last week against a tough St. Louis Rams secondary. Cardinals gained 390 total yards last week. That's more yards than they had in any game last season. So in Bruce Arians' very first game as head coach, Arizona Cardinals put up more total yards than in any game in 2012, and they face a defense on Sunday in Detroit that is not as good as the defense they saw last week in St. Louis, especially in the secondary. The Lions can be had in the secondary, so I look for Palmer to build on last week's success, and I think the Cardinals are going to move the ball with relative ease in this game. Now, we know Detroit can move the ball too. Matt Stafford in that offense, they air it out. Reggie Bush, very impressive last week in his debut in this offense. But Detroit specializes in empty yards. They move it very well between the 20s, but once things tighten up in the red zone, they struggle a little bit. Or they did last season, and they did again last week. 6 trips inside the red zone in their win over the Minnesota Vikings. They only came away with 3 touchdowns. So I think we're going to see a shootout type game here. I think both offenses are going to move it. But I think Arizona has a really good chance of picking up a win over a Detroit team that seems to have a rot. There's something wrong with this team. It's hard to put your finger on what. You look at them last year, statistically, they appeared to be a good team. 3rd in the league in total offense, top half of the league in total defense. But a 4-12 record. The defense didn't give up many yards, but gave up plenty of points. The offense amassed plenty of yards, didn't score many points. A bad combination. Not sure they have things fixed in Detroit, and the Lions are a bad road team. Only 3 covers in their last 13 road games. I think this is a really good matchup for the Arizona Cardinals. I think Arizona wins this game outright. I like the Cardinals here.